Hey folks, so I put out Kingdom Hearts Did You Know voice acting earlier this week, and as I'm still kind of waiting on doing a couple other specific Kirblogs with some people that I've been waiting on, who've been busy and stuff, I was trying to think of, alright, well in the meantime maybe I'll do a Kingdom Hearts related one. I was trying to think of what to do, and something came up that I thought would be kind of interesting. It kind of goes beyond the scope of just doing, there's my memories of Kingdom Hearts, because it's a little more complicated than that. But I'll start off with something. I call this one The Fun of the Unknown, which stems back to, hopefully some people will remember when the particular characters from Kingdom Hearts were dressed up in the black coats before they were revealed to be the Organization XIII characters, as what they were classified as. If anybody remembers when they were just referred to as the Unknown. So back in, I want to say 2000, 2001 or so, my best friend and I, Mike Lucas, had first heard this whole rumor about, the Final Fantasy company and the Disney company are going to make a game together. And we were just like, that sounds ridiculous. That would never happen. And lo and behold, we walk into GameStop one day and there's the fucking Primus strategy guide for Kingdom Hearts. And we're like, oh my God. We open it up and I'm like, Simba's in it. And he opens it up. He's like, Cloud's in it. What does that tell you? But, we were excited, of course. And eventually, I didn't have a PlayStation 2 until a few years later. I think I want to say until sometime after the first DBZ Budokai game came out. I eventually got a PS2. Picked up a copy of my own, but in the meantime, I was playing it a lot at Mike Lucas's house, where I was just kind of watching him play it, because I didn't really grow up with Final Fantasy games that much. I mean, I played Mario RPG, which might as well have been a Final Fantasy game. I played a little bit of 2, I think, at somebody's work, and I'd watched Mike play a lot of 7, because he was big into 7 when we were in middle school and stuff. I didn't have much of an attachment to Final Fantasy, but obviously I love Disney, and I'm sure there were a large majority of people that just bought the game because of the Disney stuff. And so we got big into it, and we loved it, and we got, super obsessed with the game and everything. This is of course when just the first game was out, and it was a huge big deal for everything. And so I remember maybe about within a year later, I don't remember the exact date, so Kingdom Hearts fans don't crucify me, but I remember it was when Kingdom Hearts Final Mix came out in Japan, and we heard about all that stuff and everything, and it was all the big stuff going around. And I bought this videotape off of eBay. This is kind of what I'm leading into, a little bit of the magic of the time when you could do this. This goes back to, I did an episode a while ago about the magical DBZ videotape that I had when it was kind of cool to see that, and there was just a little bit more of intrigue and mystery. You couldn't just look up absolutely everything on the internet and poof, it was right there on YouTube or whatever. So I bought this tape on eBay, and I remember on the letter that I sent in with the check or something, I forget, or the money order, I don't remember what it was, to get the VHS tape. I drew a bunch of Kingdom Hearts characters on it, and the person who was sending me the videotape from eBay or whatever sent me a little extra, and they were like, hey, I like your drawings. Here's a little extra thing that I threw together just as a bonus because you seemed cool. I was like, oh, neat. But the videotape was, the CD that he gave me was a little extra thing. He had all the, it was all the extra tracks that were included in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix that were not in the original version, so One Winged Angel and Night on Bald Mountain and a couple of the extra tracks and everything. And the videotape had basically all of the footage from Kingdom Hearts Final Mix that was not shown in the original game. It just showed everything in it that was, including the special techniques and all the different little extra cutscenes and dialogue boxes and blah 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 and everything. And it was really cool seeing it all, because I must have been 12, 13. I don't even remember what year that, how old I would have been at that time, but I was early teens, and I was huge. I was super obsessed with it. And one of the big things that I got so obsessed with it about, and this was kind of the makings of it. This kind of accentuated, I already loved the game just conceptually, and what kept me loving the game, and what's kept me loving the series, as convoluted as I know everybody is aware that it is, whether you're following the game series or not, you know how convoluted the plot is and whatever. I know, but I think that one of the things that's kept me so intrigued about it is the sense of mystery, and the unknown was where it all started. So those of you who don't know, in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, which is the special director's cut, extra additional version of it that would come out in Japan, we just got them recently in the HD remakes of them on PS3. They would have a lot of extra boss battles and things, and there was an extra boss battle in particular that had a fight against this character in a black coat, who was then, again, just referred to as the Unknown. Turned out later, spoiler, turned out to be the character who would end up being the final boss of Kingdom Hearts 2, Xemnas. Which, of course, nobody had any idea that was what he was supposed to be. Like, nobody had any clue. He was just a mysterious person with a million cool powers and giant flying lightsaber laser bullshit, like, flying around everywhere. It was ridiculous. And this character, when people didn't know who they were, just had all this, like, crazy, like, mystery and intrigue around it, and people just had all these theories about who is this, what is the deal with this, like, what is happening, you know? So this, coupled with the fact that the special ending of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix was a beautifully animated, I think it was by the Advent Children animation staff, I don't know for sure, movie that was like a little trailer to what it was eventually Kingdom Hearts 2. And it's all this, like, bits of text flying around, this weird cutscene that didn't even end up being in Kingdom Hearts 2, like, aside from just flashbacks, basically. Just, it was so weird, because then it's funny to look back and realize that all the things that happened in that were basically something that they just came up as, like, wouldn't it be cool if we did this? We don't know if we're gonna do it, but it's neat, I guess, whatever. Fucking... And then they're just like, we'll see, and, oh, well, we're making it, now we have to actually put all of these things in the game somewhere, somehow. It's like, oh, okay. Which kind of kills the mystery a little bit, but, you know, and, of course, this trailer had a lot of the organization characters in the black coats and everything, including, like, Roxas and Riku, who were also wearing those jackets and everything. But then I remember when some details about Chain of Memories were coming out, and we saw, like, pictures of, like, Marluxia and some of the other organization characters, the theories just kept on going. We were like, oh, man, like, you know, this and that, is Marluxia, like, was he the one from Final Mix, because he has, like, laser flower powers? It's kind of like that. I don't know. Is he, like, Sora from the future, because he kind of looks like an older Sora, which, you know, what does that say about Tetsuya Nomura's character design, that I thought that Marluxia was, like, Sora from the future or some shit? I actually believed that for, like, a good while. I remember at least a couple months I was like, oh yeah, that's what he is. Okay. And okay, so a little bit of a difference between this and, like, what I was talking about with the DBZ videotape, and how, like, not absolutely everything was on the internet. So this was when things were starting to get around a little bit more. You know, there still wasn't YouTube yet. There still wasn't anything, like, absolutely major where you could just look up videos and just there wasn't a Wikipedia yet. I don't think, maybe an early version of it. I have no idea. But yeah, it was just a really, like, you know, early mysterious time where, like, a lot of this stuff, you know, and of course there were rumors. I mean, there was, you know, everybody knows the stuff with, like, Pokemon, like, early generations of Pokemon. There were rumors and fake ones, you know, circulating around everywhere, of course. You know, which of course were all bullshit as well. And I'm sure there was probably some bullshit about Kingdom Hearts, like a lot of rumors flying around everywhere. I don't remember what they were. I don't know if I ever even saw any of those, but it was just kind of amazing, because that was like early middle school, maybe early high school. I don't quite remember, but it was just this time where, like, you know, this was still when, like, the, you know, on the schoolyard kind of thing. That, I will admit, though, I mean, of course, I don't know what the schoolyard is like for people, you know. I imagine it's got to be totally different, because kids have got fucking iPhones and iPads and everything, and access to the internet at all moments, where they can just figure out shit from that. They don't have to, like, really think about it, or I don't know. I don't know, though. Maybe they do. I don't know. You know, because I know I have some teenagers listening to my stuff. Those of you who are, like, I don't know, like 13, 14, if you listen to my stuff, tell me in the comments specifically. I know I'll put that later, but whatever. Just tell me anyway now while I'm remembering. What is it like? Do you have that at all? Do you have that sense of, like, oh yeah, I think it's this because of this, because we don't know yet? Or do you just, like, oh no, I just looked it up on GameFAQs or Wikipedia or some shit, or Reddit, I don't fucking know. like, oh, there's the answer. Done. Concrete. No mystery, no intrigue, no nothing. Like, I have no idea. I'm genuinely curious. So anyway, but that aside. I think that there is still some of that. I think that people still have that just from, like, not looking and just still thinking, and not everything leaking out. I mean, stuff still leaks, of course, you know. That's kind of unavoidable sometimes. But I don't know. I just remember, like, that was one of the few things I liked about middle school that I can recall. I didn't have a great time in middle school from what I can remember, but just kind of the mystery of, like, video games. When I was starting to play more games that had, like, deeper plots and things, and trying to think about, like, oh, like, what's happening with this? What's the deal, you know? It was cool. And And one thing that I think was, I mean, of course, it just has to do with the fact that Square kept everything secret, but flashing a little bit forward, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix 2, which had another big cutscene at the end, which I watched extensively. It was this thing with, like, if you guys haven't seen it, it's the 3 characters from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, who were, like, the earlier Keyblade wielders before Sora, Kairi, and Riku or whatever. I watched this, like, awesome cutscene, I think it's called Fate of the Unknown or something, the CGI cutscene trailer for Birth by Sleep, and I remember seeing something, and this is again a spoiler. All of these are Kingdom Hearts spoilers, but so was my Did You Know voice acting, so whatever. I remember seeing Master Xehanort, and I'm like, okay, he's old. Alright, what's up with that? And then I see Terra, and the shot at the end of the trailer where he's looking up and his eyes are glowing yellow, and I look at his haircut, I'm like, wait a minute. His haircut kind of looks like Xehanort's Heartless / Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, and he's got yellow eyes. And then when I found out that, I think they said that the kid's name was Ventus. I think they revealed that, like, separately before Birth by Sleep came out. They said his name is Ventus. And then I think I'd put together that Terra was the name of the dude, and then Aqua was the name of the chick, just because, like, okay, Sora, Kairi, and Riku, Sky, Sea, Land, Ventus, Terra, Aqua, Air, Earth, Water, right? Terra. So Terra's like the equivalent to Riku, just like Ventus is the equivalent to Sora because he looks like Roxas, which means maybe he gets taken over by darkness, which means maybe Master Xehanort takes over his body, and then his hair goes white, and he gets a nice tan, and he becomes, and lo and behold, that is exactly what fucking happened. And I wasn't even angry or disappointed or anything about it. I was proud of myself for, like, I guessed it right. I figured out the plot of the game. But then again, there's plenty of things that I don't know. I couldn't predict shit about Kingdom Hearts 3. Then again, they haven't shown any actual trailers for that game. Like, really, they didn't have any, like, if you guys haven't picked up on this, the last couple Kingdom Hearts games, the major ones, all the ending cutscenes have just been like, and here's a cutscene where something, like the little extra thing that you get at the end when you beat the game, and here's these characters meeting up and blah, 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 now something's gonna happen, and blah, 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 and then reconnect Kingdom Hearts, and that's it. That's it. There's no, like, big, beautiful looking CG-ass fucking trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't even know if that stuff that they showed at E3 is, like, if, like, Sora's gonna look that way. I have no idea. They might completely change everything, because it sounded like Nomura wasn't even ready to show that shit off. So I have no idea. I'm excited about it. But, so I know, I just ended up turning mostly into Kingdom Hearts talk, but my biggest point about this is the fact that that was something that I just absolutely loved so much about, games and shows and things back then, was that, again, like, you didn't have access to absolutely every single answer to everything ever. And granted, of course, there's still mystery to, like, a lot of big shows and games that come out and whatnot. I think that when you get older and you can kind of, like, see through the eyes of the developers or whatever, you can kind of figure some things out. I think that's the reason why I was able to figure out the Terra Xehanort thing, is because, like, I was just kind of trying to see through, like, the storyteller's eyes, and, like, okay, I could see this is maybe how it would work. That's just my theory. A game theory. Shut up. Okay. I don't know. I really love that, and I don't feel like I get that quite as much anymore. Maybe it's just because I'm not a kid. Maybe it's just because I have the internet so glued to my face. Maybe it's because I don't watch or play as many games and series that have that sense of intrigue. The one that I like, Korra, of course, like stuff like Legend of Korra, or like even Steven Universe on kind of a smaller scale, and other certain games, and even still Kingdom Hearts too. Kingdom Hearts the series, it's also not 2 the game. You got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, there are certain things that do still kind of hold that to me, and I love doing that, too. I mean, that's the reason why I try to keep a lot of intrigue and mystery with Home, too. I think I learned a lot about doing that from Kingdom Hearts, was just, like, kind of seeing, okay, this is like, especially the later parts of, like, TTA as well. Back in the day, I think I took a lot of nods from, like, the sort of, the sense of mystery, but trying to not have it be as convoluted, and for all its convolution, I still love it. Go watch that Timelines episode that fucking game trailers made, and it's explain everything. There you go. Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, so tell me, folks, in comments below, do you have any fond memories, not just of Kingdom Hearts specifically, but of any games and shows and movies and things when you were a kid that, like, you had a particular moment, a particular character, or a particular mystery about what it is that you were watching that like really was like, whoa, what is that? And, like, made you wonder and made you theorize with your friends and folks and other people, other fans and people, maybe even people on the internet in like early fan communities in like kind of the early 2000s or whatever, if you were part of that. I want to know. Can you show me? I want to know about the strangers like me. Leave a comment, and if you got other ideas for future Kirblog topics, please tell me in the comments also, and on Twitter and Tumblr and Facebook. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Go check out my newest episode of Tome. Episode 6 Part 2 just came out on YouTube, and I also put out the Episode 6 commentary. Go check that out as well. Hope you enjoy it. Again, if you haven't seen this series before, if you like Kingdom Hearts style mysteries without the convolution, maybe you will like it. You should go watch it and stuff. Yeah. And that'll do it. So I got some new things coming out soon. I can't talk about them yet, but stay tuned for the merry month of May, because holy shit, I have got a lot of things in the pipe. A lot of stuff regarding all my series and things I'm producing on YouTube. I will have more details on all that very soon, hopefully. And in the meantime, hope you're all tied over with the stuff I've got. And look forward to some very neat things happening very soon, hopefully. So... Bye.